It finally happened. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been traded to the Miami Heat along with Bobby Portis in exchange for Tyler Herro, Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kasparas Jakusonas, the number 13 pick in this year's draft, first round picks in 2031 and 2033, a pick swap in 2030, and a second round pick in 2033. My initial thoughts on this were, first of all, why are all NBA trades at like 11 o'clock? Because I was just trying to go to bed, you know. But no, Shams decided, let's drop this bombshell at 11 o'clock. And, when thinking about this trade, right, it sounds like a lot that the Heat gave up. I don't necessarily think that's the case, because this Heat starting lineup is going to be scary next year, right? You have Davion Mitchell at the 1. Then you have an all-star in Norman Powell. You have an all-star from a couple years ago in Andrew Wiggins, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Mr. 83 himself in Bam Adebayo, right? That starting lineup is scary. And also, knowing how this Miami Heat team operates, they're just going to find depth pieces because this team is just probably the best that I've seen in a long time at just finding undrafted players and making them be very good role players. And this Heat team is scary. I don't want to say they'll compete with the Knicks because who knows if they play the Knicks in the playoffs. But at the very least, this team is scary when they get to the playoffs. It would be scary to play them. And my only concern is really about how Giannis will fit with Bam Adebayo. But if there's anyone that I would trust to figure it out, it would be Eric Spoelstra. And I'm not too concerned about that. I mean, maybe the injuries are a little bit scary, but other than that, there's nothing that I'm like truly like, oh my gosh, they just gutted their roster for this. No, I don't view that to be the case. I don't think they gutted their roster, and I love this move for the Heat. And moving over to the Bucks side of things, right? You get a young player in Kel'el Ware. You get a young player in Kasparas Jakusonas. You get a young player-ish in Jaime Jaquez, and you get a 20-point-per-game scorer in Tyler Herro, right? Not to mention, you get the number 10 pick that you had from, in this year's draft from your team being Booty Cheeks. You then also get the number 13th pick in this year's draft because of the trade. So you now have 2 lottery picks, a starting center that if you could develop him right, who knows how good he could get. You then have a point guard in the future for Kasparas Jakusonas, and who knows how good he could be in the future, right? You then also have some decent role players that you got in this, and I don't think this Bucks team is going to win a championship. I don't think they're even going to make the, maybe they make the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to, do anything of note. But you're not a terrible team, and you're going to have decent players on this team, and if you flip like Tyler Herro, you could probably get a couple first-round picks for him as well. So I think that there are a lot of moves that this Bucks team can make. They get the flexibility, they get off of Giannis Antetokounmpo's contract, and it's a new era in Milwaukee, and this is one of the craziest trades that I've seen because I did not think this was going to happen, but it did.